Hi all, welcome to John's Bundle Making. Today we've got the Lancaster bomber. Here we go. Look, got the books. 1 to 6. Nice. Lovely slipcase as well. It is heavy. There we go. Looking cool. I think it was a B.III flying bomber. Oops. Oops. There we go. Yeah, quite heavy. The definitive guide to air combat, yeah. And the Lancaster bomber this month. Or was it the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress and the Lancaster bomber? The last two for this month. Now these came yesterday, separate shipments. I should have got 2 parcels, but when he turned up he said I've only got 1. I thought, that's not right. So I put in a complaint with Royal Mail and they delivered the magazines. There we go, 83 to 86. That is what I'll be doing today, along with the parts today. I got the binder as well. So yeah, I wasn't best pleased yesterday, but yeah, they're going at the side of my bed, so there'll be nighttime reading for me just before I pop off to Bobby's. But anyway, let's start with stage 83. Okay, here we have stage 83. We have the Port Aileron. The aileron and aileron trimmer fitted to the port wing frame with hinges. So we have the Port Aileron underside, top, the hinges, the trim flap, the rubber hinge grips, and HP screws. There we go. It's pretty straightforward. There we go. Pop it on to the wing, or the wing frame. And then we have in the magazine the Gloucester Meteor. Brilliant. The Meteor was the first operational British jet fighter and the only Allied jet fighter to see combat in World War II. I didn't think they used it much, to be honest, in case the technology got into German hands. But there we go. Eric Booby Hartmann, fresh face Hartmann. Flying ace for Germany, of course. And your next set of parts: circuit board for the port wing, cables and screws. Excellent stuff. Right, where are the parts? There are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. There we go, those are the parts. There we have, yeah, the camo on that aileron. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. We've got the 3 hinges. They all have L3 on them. All we need to do is put these rubbers on the end, and then we can pop it, each and every one, with the L3 facing up into place. And then we can pop it onto the wing frame. There we go. That's all 3. There we want 83A. Which, it's this one. Right, okay. So we need to pop these into place. Just there, and there, like so. There we go. So that's 83A. Yeah, brilliant. And then we can pop this one. Oopsie daisy. First of all, we'll need this piece. That one's come out now. Into place just there like that. Can't get that wrong because it will only go on one way. You know, the trim, that little trim. And then we can pop all this together. We shouldn't need any glue. Oh, there we go. Just make sure L3, L3, L3 is like that. Excellent. Right, now we can pop this onto the wing. Oh, the wing frame, I should say. There we go. That will go onto there. We need the HP screws. Okay, got the screws out. Let's pop these home. That will go there like that. And that one will go on to there. Should do it anyway. I think that's a little bit deformed though. Let's see if this one goes on. That one's going on. I'll press that one home in a minute. Get the first screw in. We need 6 of these. There we go. That's that middle one on. There we go. Bad boy. There we go. Excellent. Oh, good movement on that aileron as well. Yeah. Said you're not supposed to need any glue, but mine's a bit gappy there. I'll see how that goes on, because I might end up popping some glue on them. You just never know. I might put some clamps on it, leave it overnight. For now anyway. But that's the aileron in place. Looking cool. Yeah. Excellent stuff. Brilliant. Let's move on to stage 84. Okay, so now we have stage 84. We have a circuit board. The circuit board for the port wing is fitted in place and cables are connected to it. So you have circuit board for port wing, cable marked Z2, cable marked Z1 and FM screws. There we go, straightforward enough. Pop the circuit board on, put the cables in, and we're done. That is it, completed work. And then we have ME801 NAN, a ton-up Lancaster serving with the RAF, number 576 Squadron. That'll be an interesting read. And then the Flying Tigers. Excellent, another excellent read. Cracking, look at that, that's brilliant that. I love reading all these. And the Hawker Tempest. I think I've got a model of that. Die-cast model. Excellent. Your next set of parts: base panel, side panel, connecting plates and screws. Okay, where's 84? They're the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. There we go. That is one small PCB, and there are the two cables, and there are the FM screws. Right, we need the aircraft. Okay, there's the aircraft, and the PCB goes just there, like so. It's entirely up to you if you plug the cables in first, or just do as I do, follow the instructions of course. Need two FM screws for this. Just tap one there for now. Just a smidgen of oil on that screw. There we go, nice and bonny that. Right, Z2 goes here, Z1 goes there. There you can see Z2 and Z1. Right, so we can feed that way and pop in. Get it the right way around. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Z1. Get that on. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Nice and bonny, brilliant. Notice I've removed that turtle, what do they call it? Turtle neck, or whatever it is. Where is it? There it is. Took it off a while ago because we've got to put an LED onto there later on. Excellent. Anyway, so there we go. That is stage 84, because I digressed there. So let's move on to stage 85. Okay, now we have stage 85. We have base panels. More parts for the display stand for your model fitted together, but we only fit that plastic piece. So we have base panel, side panel, connecting plate 4 holes, connecting plate 2 holes, and JP screws. There we go, pop that to there, and that is it. Nothing else to it. Brilliant. Anyway, Operation Crossbow. Was it a film of that? I'm sure there was. Yeah. Brilliant. Excellent read. James Doolittle. Yep. Air War over Stalingrad, or Air War over Stalingrad. And then we have coming in issue 86, your next set of parts: Port Fuselage frame, handrails, flare chute, rear turret wall, bracket, support for flame floats, interior lights and cables. Excellent stuff. Right, where are the parts? There are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. There we go, those are the parts. That's a nice bit of MDF. Yeah, that looks well manufactured. It's very nice actually. Excellent. Hopefully the rest of it will be like that. Now we need this piece, we need these two brackets, and we do need this piece. There we go. I believe that goes something like that. Right, I need to flip this around. It goes just like that. I think that's spot on. And that one will go there. And that one will go there. Just like that. Right, let's get this screwed home. Okay, we need 4 screws all together. Need the JP screws for this. There we go. That is it for now. Excellent. There's that piece as well as. So that is it for stage 85. Yeah, we'll just check with the magazine, make sure all this is correct, because I've looked at the pictures of the magazine and they look different at times from one to the other. Oh, that looks correct. That looks right. That looks right. That looks right. Yep, that looks perfectum. Excellent. Brilliant stuff. Right, let's move on to stage 86. Okay, now we have stage 86, Port Fuselage frame. Oh, there we go. Parts are fitted to the cockpit frame and the Port Fuselage frame. So we have the Port Fuselage frame, handrail long, medium and short, flare chute back and front, rear turret wall, bracket, support for flame floats times 3, detail, interior lighting cable L, M and R. Brilliant. So we got the internal frame. There we go. Take the assembly, carefully remove the turtle deck. What do I call it? Turtleneck? I don't know. That's a jumper, that turtleneck. Anyway, take that off, take the 4 screws off, pop a light and an LED in. 86L. 86L is cable L. There we go. It says urge on as well. We connect to my L. And then we can pop that back on, but we don't glue it on. Put the 4 screws back in. Yep, do not use any glue as it says. And then we can concentrate on the frame. Pop all these parts in, handrails. There we go, is that the flow chute? Yep. Yeah. 86E and F. And there we go, that rear turret wall. Another bracket. There we go. 3 flame floats. Oh, brilliant. I'm going to love this. And then we got the other LEDs pop in place and the detail. And that is it. Next month, I think we get the other side of the frame. And in the magazine, we have the Lockheed Ventura classy chassis. Nice picture. Excellent stuff. And coming in issue 87, your next set of parts. Starboard fuselage frame, bracket first aid box, DR compass and housing, parachutes and housings, flares, access ladder and cable. There we go, parachutes, brilliant. So a lot more detail, brilliant stuff. And that is, yeah, oh yeah, we hang that up on the internal parts of the fuselage frame as well, the ladders. Excellent stuff. There are the parts. Let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. Okay, those are all the parts. Yeah, that is plastic, of course. Now we do need the cable mats L. It's not that one, it's not that one. It is this one. So we can pop them to one side for now, because we need, ooh, this bad boy. And we've got to route it in here and pop it through a little hole just here. Let's get my camera sorted. Okay, first thing we need to do is take these AM screws off here. All 4, and then we can pop the LED into place. And I've got this balanced, nice and bonny. There we go, that's the screws out. That should give us access for down there. Right, let's pop this LED into there and dress the cable all the way around. There's a little clip just here. There we go. Patience is a virtue. Right, let's pull this frame out and make a pop. There we go. That was fiddly. There we go. Right, let's test that, I think. Okay, we've got the little tester. There we go. It lights up nice and bonny. Excellent. Right, so we just need to pop these screws back in now. That was rather fiddly, but it's there now, and that clip isn't broken, which I'm surprised at really, because it is quite small. Excellent. There we go. I suppose we could test it one more time. Yeah, brilliant. Looking cool. Fantastic. Brilliant stuff. Okay, pop that back into place. That will sit there. We don't need to glue it, but we can leave it there for now. Right, let's move on to the next step. So we don't need any of this. Okay, so now we need the frame and we need these handrails. We've got the long one, which will fit just here. Oh, these are going in too easy. That's going far too easy. And the medium one, which will go into these three holes here. That was a bit of a tighter squeeze. Yeah, one of them is at the end there. Right, that won't need gluing. And the short one will go into there. That one won't need any glue, but this one will. As you can see, is very loose. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue into each and every one of these holes. The three holes, that is, anyway. And that should hold that nice and volley. Excellent. There we go. That's 3 handrails in place. Next we need the chute, the floor chute, which is in here, and I think this is just a push fit connection. And two pieces like that. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need any glue for that. Now them two pegs go into here and here. Oh, what am I talking about? They don't go into there and there, they go to here and here. Oh, if you heard that one, that's a nice tight squeeze. Right, ooh, get in there. Nice tight fit that. Could do with a bit of colouring, mind you. Brilliant. Excellent. That looks cool, all that. Okay, next we need 86G, which is this piece, and that will go into them two holes just there. Make sure you get the detail the right way around. Again, that's a nice tight fit. There you go, you can see the detail. That's the doors basically. Yeah. Looking cool. And next we've got this little piece. And we have 86H. And that goes into the... Oops, there's a, well, if it wants to. Again, that's a nice tight fit. There we go, that's looking brilliant. Okay, next we need the flame floats. We have to pop these into place, into this little stand. And we'll need to glue these as well. I'm not sure, oh, these are, yeah, I think they're D-shaped connections, these. So they will only go in one way. Just get my magnifying glasses. Bit small, this. Okay then, let's try that again. Yeah. Oh, nice and tight. went any easier. And the last one, there we go. Yeah, let's see. Well, they're not going to pull out easy, them, so I'll leave them as they are. There we go. Excellent. Right, now this goes into that hole just there. Just like that. Hugging the frame. Brilliant stuff. That leaves this little piece. It just says it's a detail. One peg is bigger than the other, and it goes in to here. It doesn't want to go in that. It'll be a little bit too tight. Right, just give me a minute. There we go. It did eventually go. It is a very tight fit, that one. There we go. It just says it's a detail. I'm not sure what it is. Let's have a look. See if we can find out what that detail is. Right, next we need the cables. Okay, so we have cable M, which goes into here, and basically we're just running along this channel. So we can bend the legs over, and I don't think you need to glue this, but so you could do if you wanted to. There we go. That's where that goes. Right, let's give that a little test. Make sure it's working. Now I've fiddled about with it. There we go. Now we know that one's working. Right, redress that. I think I'll put some tape on this. Okay, I've taped that. Now we need the cable marked R, which will go into here and run down, straight down. So we can bend the leads right back. There we go, make it nice and straight. Put that into there, and hopefully it'll stay in and behave itself. And just dress the lead around that corner. And we can test this one as well, I suppose. You have to take this one in as well. Ah, that's better, it's pushed itself in. There we go. Right, let's pop that in. There we go, excellent. So we know all the LEDs are working. That's brilliant. So there we go, that's stage 86 complete. All that detail on as well. Looking pretty cool. Excellent stuff. Can't wait for next month now. Brilliant. There we go, so that stage is 83 to 86 complete. So there we go, folks. There is that starboard fuselage. Brilliant. Handrails, flare chute, flame floats. It says turret bracket, turret end, I think, but that's doors that. Not got windows in. Would have been nice if they put windows in, wouldn't it? All the cables are in place. Brilliant. There's that turtle deck. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think I'll pop the wings on this, see if I can fix them in place and see what it looks like. There we go, folks. That's the aircraft as it is now. I've got a little piece missing here, obviously, but everything else is in place. The wings are just sat on. I've just tapped a couple of flange screws, one there and one there, just to make sure they don't fall off. They shouldn't fall off anyway, but it's not fully screwed down at all whatsoever. But yeah, that's how big she's going to be. Looking absolutely superb. Brilliant stuff. So she's looking brilliant, is she not? There we go, and there's that frame again. Excellent. Anyway, that is it for this month. Stages 83 to 86. I hope you did enjoy that. If you did, I hope to see you next month for the next 4 weeks. Again, I'm excited in this. What have we got? 44, is it? Yeah, 44 stages left. And a lot of that will be the display base as well. I can't remember if we've actually finished the aircraft before the display base, but we'll wait and see anyway. Anyway, thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.